5, 4, 3, 2, 1, blast off.
Alright guys, so welcome back. I'm really excited for 2026 and I have a bunch of ideas that I've been working on before. One thing I want to talk to you guys about is about creating zines and how awesome and beneficial they can be to you and to other people. So I grew up seeing a couple of those things around and I've always been like intrigued by them but never created one. The cool thing is they don't have to be perfect. They can be super raw. They can be made with different materials, sticky notes, different things like that. There are no rules to making a zine. So what I did is a few years ago, actually, I had a small English course that I was taking at the community college I was going to. And so we had to create a speech based off of whatever subject we chose. And I chose to do mine on teachers' pay and increase in salary and how much they deserve it. So once we did our speech, which I got an A, we had to do a reflection on our speech. And so what I decided to do is I decided to create a zine, kind of. I named it Nowadays. This is based off a little character that I made. And I have other ideas with this as well. And I turned it into a cool little booklet. So I took my speech and I turned it into a comic. So what I did is I used real life events, I clipped a bunch of videos together and kind of used that as my storyboard instead. It was really fun. It was a really cool process and I learned a lot about myself and what I could do in a certain amount of time. I even put little ads, get more attention with Megaphone, only 99 cents. I don't know, I was just bored, so I just thought it'd be funny. I put my own stickers in there, things that I sketched. This is a great way to express ideas. This is another one that I did where I kind of started off with a goofy drawing and then I have some tips and things that we can do to combat art block. Yeah, I encourage you guys to do this and work on it. So what I'm gonna do is for this video, I'm gonna work on my newest zine. It's gonna be based more on my feelings and I'm gonna kind of go through the process of how I'm gonna create the first scene. And so what I have here is I have, they're like bamboo fountain pens, I think that's what they are, somebody. And then I tried to make one myself a few years ago, or actually more than a few years ago, it's probably like 4 or 5 years ago, out of some bamboo that I found. And it's not perfect, but it's kind of cool. It'll give me a different texture as well. And like Indian ink right here as well. All right, so I'm gonna just start my idea for this one is just to have like a void in the background, like it's almost like in space, like a deep space. And there's gonna be a map that I'm gonna cut out. I'll print out and cut it just so I don't have to draw it, and then paste that on top of this. So and kind of like rough. So in the center, I'm gonna have it more solid and colored in. But as I work my way out, it's gonna be a little rough and sketched. Alright, so I have my stuff scanned in, printed out. So I scanned in and printed out my character, myself. Here's the map that I'm gonna use. It's just like some generic map, like Google Map. And I rotated it using Clip Studio Paint. And then I collaged together like all the 2 scans that I made together and kind of played around with it a little bit and overlapped them and made one big print, which I'm gonna cut everything else and paste it on top. So I'll cut these out. Alright, so I got the pieces cut out. I ended up doubling up on the second one. I had an extra copy and I'm gonna turn it on horizontal actually, so it can be one page like this. And then when I go to composite it together, I can split this in half, and so that way it can be the first spread of the book. Or I can just do it as a single page. I'll think about that and see how that goes. So this is basically how I'm gonna put this one down here, and then this is gonna be layered on top like this. Yeah, like that, perfect. So now I have a little bit more to play with. So I'm gonna kind of draw on this map right here. Different things like this. So like maybe one going around, see that? And I'm using a Tombow brush pen. I like these pens a lot. They're really cool pens. and they hold ink really well. They distribute the ink really well, and the tip is flexible as well, so it's really cool. I'm gonna do some arrows going this way, maybe going in like a little loop. And I think the idea for this zine is to kind of just push some, just some like thoughts that I might have, things that I might have felt like in the past or even presently, based on like some experiences or, just how I feel in general. So I think it'll be a neat way to express this and kind of show how I might view this point in time in my life, and it's been pretty cool. Like, I've got some cool little stories and things like that I want to keep developing and adding to this. And I think this is going to be a really fun way to express a lot of that and explore a little bit of myself too. Now, especially now that I'm older and just trying new things and stuff like that. I think it's a good time to do it. And now I feel confident and ready to do those things and be able to express some of those. Now I feel like I'm better understanding myself now to where I could express those ideas without feeling weird or, and feel comfortable in my skin. So I'm like really been working on feeling comfortable in my skin, and like now everything is starting to like kind of come together in that aspect. And it's pretty neat to see that when I reflect and see that on myself. I'm really proud of myself, I gotta say that. So yeah, I think it's a fun way. So I'm excited to start doing more zines and maybe even try to like work in stories and things like that. Some goofy, some more serious, but always the goofy. I love the goofy stuff. I have a million ideas that I have in my head. I've always had for a long time, and I just never pushed them out. So I think this is the time to do it. I'm making plenty of time. I'm a lot better with my time management. Not that I was horrible before, but you just get better. And my energies, I actually have a lot more energy now than I did when I was younger, which is funny to think about. I have more discipline, of course, things like that. All right, now I'm gonna paste this down, and I'll cut off the extras once I have it pasted down. Take this. I use like jobs, easy thing. Especially working on something about pasting things on like some or even clippings like magazines or something from the program I really like. Work on a sketch I made another sketch or just an empty paper, and that a lot. And just not using it, I kind of document it in a sense. It makes it easy for me to track too. Because I know drawing sometimes like I'm doing stuff and it helps me track everything. I like cool rules and things like that. Put that here. And this is gonna be like basically the first scene of my zine out. So I'm doing like this. Wow, just like that. So this is where I can down here I'll put kind of like the message that's going, or the narrative that's going with this scene here, and open up the space for that. One big one. I'll cut that out. I'll maybe make a smaller one here, so it really shows that I'm in question, And again, it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. Okay, cool. So I'll cut these out real fast. Alright, so now I'll just glue these question marks in and go from there. I think this will be a cool way to like really show that I'm questioning a lot. And that's how it'll show better that way, I think. And it's kind of, I like having them like kind of cut out like this, like those, almost like a magazine cutout of it. I think it kind of reads really well like that, to have those cut out type of feel. So it's not a perfectly cut piece with question mark. It just kind of gives it that zine feel almost, or like homemade feel. It makes it more fun. It takes a little time, but the results are awesome when you put them together, especially when you turn into a booklet. I think that's like the coolest part, seeing that come together like that. That makes it look so awesome. Changes. I'm gonna have a little bit of variety as well. Changes. Some of them are gonna be set a little higher, some of them a little lower. This one's gonna be a little bit more crooked. And then I have question right there. Maybe this one I might move it again. Lower it down just a little bit. And lower that down. Okay. So I'll lower this one down just a little bit like that. There we go. And this one here. Right. Alright. So then I have that there. Decided to do it with this correction pen here. So the intro is going to be like this. I feel lost and worn down. No matter how hard I try, I can't seem to find the right direction to take. And so that's based off some feelings I had like, years back, and more than a few years back, like just way back. And even sometimes now, you even when you're in your journey like of like change, or you're working towards something, we're human. From time to time, we still may feel this way, even though we're actually in that journey. We're like you're not at the finish line yet, but you can see it. So you know, from time to time you may think these thoughts, and like I try to like push them out the way. Like I'll feel them, I'll let myself feel those feelings, but then I also remind myself, hey, look, we're doing this and this at the moment to get to that goal or whatever I'm working on. So I thought this would be a real nice raw way to start the zine. So I'm excited for this one and I can't wait to finish it. So I'm gonna try to get most of it done. I'm gonna scan them in and I'm gonna turn it into a small booklet. And yeah, again, I encourage you guys to make a zine. It doesn't have to be super elaborate. You know, just make it quick. You know, make a 4-page, 6-page one again. Try to look at materials differently. Don't just think it has to be in a book. I've seen other people who use, you know, old coasters. Someone used like bags, you know, trash bags or grocery bags, and turn that into a zine, you know, as the material. So like, you know, open your mind up a little bit to different things that you have around you that can become a zine. I'm just choosing it this way because it'll work for me right now, and then later on I'll explore other ways of tackling it. But I think you know, if you try it on a sticky note, see how that works first, and then go from there. So again, I hope that you can get into zines and push that. So that's my message for this video. If you get a chance, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Peace.